If you're thinking about buying a PlayStation console in 2026, there's one question that keeps getting harder to answer. Should you buy a PS5 now, or wait for the PS6? The PS5 has been on the market for several years, and Sony has already introduced the more powerful PS5 Pro. At the same time, gamers are naturally looking ahead to the next generation. Waiting sounds appealing, but waiting also means potentially missing out on years of games and experiences you can enjoy today. So, which option makes more sense? The PS5 is still a powerful console. Despite its age, the PS5 is far from obsolete. It offers fast SSD storage, modern graphics capabilities, ray tracing support, high-resolution gaming, and fast loading times. Many games still look spectacular on the console. The standard PS5 is also capable of targeting high frame rates in supported titles, while its SSD dramatically reduces loading times compared with the PS4 generation. For someone upgrading from a PS4, the difference can still be enormous. The PS5 also has an extensive game library. Players can enjoy major first-party releases, third-party games, and a huge selection of PS4 titles. What about the PS5 Pro? If you're buying a PlayStation today and want the best hardware available, the PS5 Pro is another option. The PS5 Pro offers a more powerful GPU and improved graphics capabilities compared with the standard PS5. Depending on the game, it can provide higher image quality, better ray tracing, improved performance, or a combination of these benefits. However, there's an important question: do you actually need the extra power? For many players, the standard PS5 is already more than powerful enough. If you're playing on a 1080p or standard 4K television from a normal viewing distance, the differences may not always justify the additional cost. The PS5 Pro makes more sense for enthusiasts with high-end 4K displays who care about image quality and performance. The biggest reason to wait: PS6. The main argument for waiting is obvious. The PS6 should eventually bring a new generation of hardware, offering improvements in processing power, graphics, and AI-assisted rendering. A next-generation console could also introduce new features that aren't possible or practical on current-generation hardware. But there's a problem. Waiting means you don't get to play those games today. If the PS6 is still years away from your personal buying decision, you could spend a long time waiting for hardware that hasn't arrived yet. PS6 is still an unknown. One of the biggest mistakes gamers can make is treating rumors as confirmed specifications. Sony has not officially revealed every detail about the next-generation PlayStation. Rumors should be treated carefully. A console purchase should be based primarily on what is available and useful to you right now. How long should you wait? This depends on your situation. If your current console works perfectly, waiting makes sense. But if you're still using an older console, the decision is different. The PS5 represents a major upgrade in performance and responsiveness. What about the price? As newer hardware approaches, older consoles can become more attractive because of discounts. In fact, the older console can become an excellent value. A previous generation flagship can still offer excellent performance even after a newer model arrives. PS5 games aren't going away. Another reason to consider the PS5 is its existing library. PS6 games may take time to arrive. A new console generation doesn't automatically mean that every game will immediately feel different. Developers need time to understand new hardware. Over time, they begin creating games specifically around its capabilities. Should you buy a PS5 in 2026? For most gamers, the answer is yes if you actually want a console now. The PS5 is mature, powerful, and supported by a large library. You don't need to wait for the PS6 simply because it will be more powerful. If you waited for the next generation every time, you'd never actually buy anything. Does the PS5 provide enough value for your needs? The smartest strategy: buy a PS5 now and don't worry about PS6. Enjoy it for several years. Final verdict: buy the PS5 if you want to play now. Wait for PS6 if you're genuinely happy to wait. Don't buy based on fear.